Hi, it's Phil here from philsolano.com, and today we're going to be looking at list building tips. So first of all, what is list building? Building an email list is the way to get people to subscribe to your newsletter. To get them to subscribe, you need to offer them something of real value. In other words, you need to offer them some quality product or service. Normally it'll be in the form of training if you're dealing with internet marketing, for example, which is the market I'm into. So if you're going to teach them something like, for example, affiliate marketing, you might want to teach them how to, for example, build a website, how to find products to promote, how to find traffic for their website, etc. And you can do this by offering some kind of video training. So it may be just a single video on one particular aspect of affiliate marketing as an example, which you may be talking about getting traffic. Or alternatively, you may be looking at putting together a complete coaching series, which may take them step by step, right through to the point of choosing a product to promote, right through to building a website and setting it all up and so on. Alternative, of course, you may choose to use reports. These are just simple written reports, what they used to call ebooks. People don't really like that term very much these days. They're often called reports. Basically written informational guides. Again, it can be how-to guides, but they're in written form. They're normally in like a PDF document. You use Adobe Reader or something like that to view them. So why build an email list? Building an email list enables you to build relationships between you and your prospects. Your prospects get to know you, your teaching methods, the kind of person you're like, and at the same time you get to know them, you get to know their needs, and so therefore you can offer solutions to their problem. And you can offer free quality information targeted to their particular needs. And once you've been offering sort of free products, free guides, free information, so on, eventually you'll come to a point where you'll be wanting to promote your own product or products, or other marketers for that matter, to this targeted audience. So you may be giving a few tips, a few guidelines on using this example of affiliate marketing. Then eventually either you bring out an affiliate marketing course, or you know of another good marketer, a marketer of repute who's brought out a course on affiliate marketing, and you'll then be able to promote this product to your list of hungry buyers. So let's look at growing your email list. Encouraging people to subscribe is important because they'll receive updates, useful information and training, as I've already mentioned. They're likely to buy from you as well. By the time you've been sending them all this free information, all these little useful, handy household tips, as I call it, they're much more likely to buy from you when you have a product to offer than from some unknown marketer who may, in fact, be offering exactly the same product, but because they don't know that person from Adam, it's much more likely they're going to be buying it from you than from them. There are also strict rules regarding spam. I remember not too long ago, you used to be able to get all this so-called email blasting software where you'd pick up like 10,000 email addresses, you feed them into the software, hit the magic button, and bang, literally a load of emails used to get literally blasted out to like 10,000 or more people. And 99% of those people didn't even want this information. It was just pure spam, pure nutter spam, and that's why something had to be done about it, because people's email boxes used to be deluged with all this essentially email rubbish. And that's why nowadays you've probably noticed if you do subscribe to email lists that you often have to confirm that you wish to receive this information before the information gets sent to you. So it's like what they call a double opt-in. So speaking about opting in, let's look at opt-in forms. So first of all, what exactly is an opt-in form? Well, that's basically the box you normally fill in. You might put in your name and or your email address and then hit the submit button. That's essentially what an opt-in form is. And there are two types. There's first of all what I call static, which is usually often placed in the right-hand column of your website. Sometimes it could be in the actual main page, or if you have a left-hand column, you might put it there. And that's just a static box. It just sits there all the time. Please enter your name and email address, and you'll receive some product or service from us for doing so. The other type is what I call dynamic, and that's in the form of what's known as a pop-up. Basically, a pop-up is you go and visit a site. You'll start to read the content about this on this site, and all of a sudden this pop-up comes up in the middle of the screen, again asking you to enter your name and or your email address, and you'll receive something in return for that. Although pop-ups are often considered to be really annoying and a real nuisance, they do actually make the reader do something, and that's why they are very, very effective, because the reader either has to go ahead and enter their name and email address, or they have to close the box in order to be able to continue reading the rest of the content on the site. And they have been proved to be effective, and that's why marketers do still use them. So let's look at those opt-in incentives. Nobody's going to just fill in an email address for nothing. They're going to want something in return for it. In order to get opt-ins, you need to offer something of value. You've got to give them something that they're going to say, yeah, I'm really pleased I opted in. I'm really pleased I entered my email address because I've got this product. I've read it. I've learned a hell of a lot from it. I can now go ahead and do something new to my business, which I wasn't doing before. I read this information or watched this video, whatever it happens to be. And it needs to be useful, as I've already mentioned. It needs to be something where they feel that they've read it or they've watched it and they feel they've got something out of it. And also, very, very important, of course, it does need to be up to date. There's one thing you can say which is constant about the internet, and that is that it's always changing. That's one thing that's guaranteed. What was good 6 months ago probably isn't today. So therefore, the information you provide needs to be up to date, needs to be current, so that people are not being given essentially false information. So you've now got your subscribers. They've entered their email, they've got their free products. You now need to look after them. How are you going to keep them there? How are you going to look after them? Most importantly, of course, is to treat your subscribers with respect. They are human beings, and they do need to have respect, just like the rest of us. And so, therefore, you don't want to be sort of hitting them with all sorts of different emails about X, Y, Z products. Buy this product, buy some other product, and so on. You want to be giving them information which is useful, where they don't always have to pay for it. Just has to be a few guidelines, a few simple tips, any latest news which may have relevance to their particular business model. If it's affiliate marketing, there may be some new method of or an easier way of building a site or whatever it might be. And again, it may not necessarily have to be a paid product, just something that's of use. And you kind of treat it a bit like you treat your friend. If something new comes out which would be a benefit to a friend, you basically just tell them about it, wouldn't you? You wouldn't necessarily expect them to pay for it. And it's the same with your subscribers. They need to be treated like that. And then obviously every now and again you may have something which is you feel is a real use, a real benefit to them, which you can then promote. Now, speaking about products, you don't want to be promoting the latest fad or gimmick. It was only a few months ago. I constantly get hit with all these emails. Buy this product. It's 7 clicks and you can earn $5,000 a day. You could get these stupid stories about some person who was down and out, and he had just happened to stumble across some wonderful programmer who was able to program some magical software which they didn't really understand how it worked, but they were able to get it to work and get all this money, and all of a sudden their life has turned around. All this nonsense. Internet marketing, it's a business, and so therefore it has to be treated as such. It takes time to build it up. It's a fair amount of work involved, and so therefore, yes, by all means, promote products which are of quality from reputable marketers. Marketers have been around and know what they're doing. They've released good products in the past, and so on. Those are products you need to go. If you're going to be promoting products, those are the kind of products you want to be going for. And normally with those sort of marketers, they will normally only promote quality products maybe 2-3 times a year at the most. It takes quite a long time to put a product together, and normally those kind of marketers will only do that. And so they're of good quality, and it gives your list a breathing space between promoting one product to promoting the next, and so on. And so it's sort of very important, as I already mentioned, is that you do need to offer value. Free, useful, informational, and promote quality products are relevant to their business models. I kind of mentioned that in the second bullet point. Very important, of course, is to keep in contact with them. There's nothing worse than to get them to subscribe to your list. You send them to a download. You say, here's your download. You give them the link. They download the product or whatever it is, or the video. They get a chance to watch a video, and that's all they hear from you. Don't hear anything from you for the next 2 or 3 months. And all of a sudden, you've got a product you think might be of use. You promote it to them, and they think, "Well, who's this marketer? I don't know this person." And of course, they don't respond to it. Now, you need to be keeping in touch with them on a regular basis. Normally 2 or 3 times a week is ideal, and not, again, as I mentioned earlier, not always promoting products to them, but just giving them a few useful tips, useful guidelines, that type of thing. So they know you're there. You maybe tell them a little bit about your business, how things are progressing for you, or anything like that. And that way they get used to receiving emails from you. Sometimes they might even actually look forward to receiving emails from you because they're interested in what you're doing. They feel like they're not out there on their own, this kind of stuff. And then, of course, when you do come to promote a product, they'll be quite keen and they'll be quite receptive to it. And they're much more likely to buy from you if they see regular emails from you which aren't always product promotional emails either. So to sum up then, to get subscribers, you need to first of all use opt-in forms, which can be the static ones which you mentioned, which is on the top right hand side of your website, or of course it could be in the middle of your content somewhere, or if you have a left column on there, wherever you prefer to put them on your site. But most people put them on the top right hand side of their sites. It's very important to use pop-ups for maximum attention. Annoying as they may be, they do make sure that the reader takes action. They either have to enter their email address or they have to close a pop-up. Either way, that will make the pop-up go away. So they've had to take some kind of action to make that pop-up disappear. And it's very important to offer some kind of incentive or value. So in other words, when they're going to, why they're going to subscribe to your list, well, it's because you're giving them this really quality video or this real quality report on a particular aspect of business which they would be interested in. And of course, very, very important is to treat your list with respect. As I mentioned earlier, it's important to make sure that you offer emails of quality, information, useful information, guides, tips, all this kind of stuff for free. And every now and again you may promote some kind of product which is of value, which is directly related to their particular business model, whatever that happens to be. The other thing, of course, is very important is to keep in contact with them as well. As I said earlier, there's nothing worse than just, here's a product, and then 2 months later you send them an email. No, you need to be keeping in touch with them maybe two to three times a week. So this is just a guide. There's of course quite a lot more to email marketing than what I've mentioned here. And if you're interested to find out more information, then by all means come and visit the site. And that is at philsolano.com. http://philsolano.com. So this is Phil signing out, and look forward to speaking to you in the next video.